All right, so this is going to hopefully help you with y dot 2 for IXL, so multiplying monomials. All right, so first thing is here, we need to recognize in between the two parentheses sets, there's no sign, which means that's multiplication. So we're going to multiply our numbers, so 7 times 7 would give us 49. And remember, when we multiply the variables, same base, so we have a v and a v, there's no exponent on this first one, so we have to remember that that's a 1. So we would have v to the first times v to the fifth. This is where we would add exponents. So this would give us 1 plus 5 here, so v to the 6th. So 49v to the 6th would be the answer. Another example here, we're multiplying. Again, if there's nothing between the parentheses sets, we got to know that that's multiplication. So 6 times 5 will give us 30. And then g times g means g to the first times g to the first. We would add those exponents, so we would have g to the second. Okay, and it says using positive exponents. Well, that was our outcome anyway, so we're good there. All right. Next one says find the area, simplify your answer. Well, our shape here is a square. Well, area of a square is base times height, or length times width. Okay, so here we would have 3x times 3x. So 3x times 3x. We multiply our numbers, so 3 times 3 would give us 9. X to the first power times x to the first power would give us x to the second. So our answer would be 9x squared. All right, so area, again, remember, is base times height for rectangles, squares or rectangles. Here we're finding the area, and it's a triangle. Well, we got to remember our area formula. So area of a triangle is when we would do 1/2 base times height. Okay, another way that you could read that is you could multiply your base times height, and then you could divide by 2. Okay, because remember, taking half of something is the same as dividing by 2. So we're going to take our base and our height, so that means we're going to have 3x times 2x, and then we have to take half of that to find the area of the triangle. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the 3x times the 2x. Well, 3 times 2 is 6. X to the first times x to the first is x squared. And then if we want to take half of that, remember that's also the same as saying divide by 2. So that could be easier. So I could write 1/2 times 6x squared. Or I could do what I did right here, and 6x squared divided by 2. Well, that's going to give us, 6 divided by 2 would give us 3, and then we still have the x squared. So my area for this triangle, when I multiply base times height and then take half of it, is 3x squared. So area of a triangle is what you have to remember. Area of a triangle. Okay, here again we have area of a triangle again. So our formula is area equals 1/2 base times height. So we're going to take our base and our height. So we have 2x times x, and then we're going to take half of that. All right, well, 2x times x, there's a 1 here if we need that. So 2 times the 1 is just 2. X to the first times x to the first would be x squared. And then we're going to times that by 1/2. Or you could say that that's divided by 2. Same thing. All right, either way. All right, so half of 2 is the same as saying that it's 1x squared or just x squared. So 1x squared, or we can just say x squared. All right, and then here, find the area. All right, well, this is what we call a parallelogram, and it's the same formula as a rectangle. So base area equals just the base times height. All right, so we're going to just do 5 times 3x. So 3x times the 5, or we can reverse it around, doesn't matter. So 3x times 5 is just going to give us 15x. So our area of the parallelogram, same as a rectangle or a square, it's just base times height or length times width, so just 15x. So hopefully this helps you with your y dot 2 IXL.